My name is Hannah Embry. I'm an RN that works in the Dawson Creek Hospital, way up north. I don't think the person I am today was predestined when I was born.
My name is Carla Malm, and I'm a registered nurse.
I'm Cynthia Reed. I'm from Vancouver Island, and I'm a registered nurse.
My name is Debbie Anerchuk. I'm a registered nurse. I work for Interior Health and Critical Care, and I also work for the Penticton Indian Band First Nations community.
My name is Jessica Celeste. I am a geriatric outreach nurse working in the South Islands.
Hi, I'm Sarah Pateifar. I'm an LPN working in Richmond Hospital.
Hi, my name is Janice Vanderspeck, and I'm a registered nurse here in BC.
My name is Enimian Elizabeth Agbumian. I'm currently working as a perioperative nurse at the University Hospital in Prince George.
My name's Jim Lord. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm the treasurer for the South Islands region of the British Columbia Nurses Union.
Hi, it's Michelle Martinson. I'm from Pacific Rim, and I'm the Aboriginal Leadership Chair.
I'm Jan. I'm from the Northwest. I'm the representative of the Disability Caucus of Nurses.
My name is Samira Fraser, and I am a registered nurse at South Island.
I'm Kelly Way-Witka. I am from Pacific Rim. At this moment, I'm the chair of the Disability Caucus.
Hi, my name is Anna Fritsch, and I'm a registered nurse.
I'm Christine Nombrato. I'm a registered nurse.
My name is Paul Smith. I'm an RN in Fort St. John ICU.
I'm Ron Poland. I'm from the West Kootenays.
My name is Jonathan Karmazanuk. I'm an LPN from Delta Hospital, but I'm now the new elected LPN for council for Fraser Health. I think our identity is always changing. It's never fully set. You aren't born with one, but you develop one, and it continues to evolve as you grow.
I am born with certain characteristics, a certain temperament, physical characteristics like light skin, curly hair, but how I choose to express those characteristics is very much up to me.
Where I come from, my value system, and most importantly, my language.
Well, identity is shaped and socialized by your parents, by your teachers, by people who you look up to.
I am a mother, and I have 2 children, and both were born male, and one I now lovingly refer to as Jessica Elizabeth.
My parents instilled the values and the culture in me, what I've learned from education, what I've learned from my past and my present education, what I'm doing as a nurse, what I'm doing in terms of working with a union. That is my whole identity.
What defines your identity is not only what you experience in your environment, but also your beliefs, your cultures, what you learn from through your experiences in life, and even what you do defines a part of your identity.
That's a very layered question of who I am. I have multiple personalities or masks that I put on for different situations that I'm in.
It's something that I think is very fluid. People can identify various different ways, I think, depending on how or who you're surrounded by, and that identity shows to those people.
Yes, I don't think it's something concrete. There are biological things about you that you can't change. Yes, I'm from this place, my parents came from this place, but, you know, if you're a 40-year-old man who left his wife and is now in a gay relationship, you know, your identity changed.
Most people take identity for granted, but when I started looking at who I believe I am and who I am within my family, who I am within the team that I work with, who I am within my community, it has many layers to it, and it really depends on the relationships that I'm having.
I think they all stem from however you feel confident about yourself, whatever your framework is, your identity is, if you are aware of what it is.
Well, we're born into a culture, we're born into a family, but I think we can be whoever we want to be.
For me, identity is just how I was raised, where I came from, and just who I am now. And and what you believe is true to your heart.
I always knew I was gay. I grew up in a very small town, so I did what was expected of me as a small town person. I have lots of brothers and sisters. I married. I had 3 children. One of my children died as an infant, and then through my life I just knew I couldn't do what I was doing anymore. And I had to make that decision either to end my own life or get on with my life. So I left my family, my children, and started a new life.
I'm queer anyways. I'm not comfortable with lesbian all the time. But that's a difficult one for me because it's part of my identity, but then I always have to make a choice about whether or not I include that as the identity that people are allowed to see.
I see that in friends too. People make assumptions based on the way people look. And then you have to explain yourself, whether it's right or it's wrong, and I guess that's part of human nature.
You might look at me and not realize that I'm transgendered, that inside my female body I feel like I am a man.
And so when you see yourself in one way and then somebody tells you how they see you, that's where that conflict of identity occurs, and I think that really challenges a lot of the core beliefs and values that people have.
When I was about 47, I came across a medical challenge in my life that really changed my identity because nursing was such a focal point. If anybody asked me who I was, if I could describe myself in one word, I would have said a nurse.
I think it's very easy to just give up and just go with the flow and bounce off rocks and people as you go through life and not enjoy who you want to be because you're playing the role of who you're expected to be.
Then the struggle is to figure out which of those fits, if any of that fits, you know, if I should take something from that collision or if I should resist it.
I think that everyone has challenges in life at some point, and then they help, based on the decisions we take to overcome those challenges, it defines who we are.
My challenge was suddenly for a few years I wasn't a nurse. And there went my identity, and that was all part of this change and metamorphosis that happens.
The struggles to finding who you are is, you know, there's a lot of things in finally accepting who you are and knowing who you are and taking that time to really figure that out, because it's not something that happens overnight. It's not something that, you know, magically comes to you. It's something that takes a lot of work and a lot of time to get to.
Unfortunately, discrimination is an obstacle to becoming who we are. Stereotypes.
I've come back to nursing as a disabled nurse and part of the disabled caucus, a lot stronger and with a lot more knowledge in myself. And my identity now is, my name is Jan. I'm a sexy old nurse from the North Coast, and I've been recycled.
It's what's inside your heart and soul. And when you look into somebody's eyes, you know, you can hurt them by just looking at them. So we need not to do that anymore.
Canadian identity. If you do any kind of history reading of any sort, with so many countries that invaded other countries and so many wars that have been fought over, boundaries have changed by so much that what is a true Canadian if not part European, part who knows?
Multiculturalism. I think that Canada is long ago the land of the white privileged. I think that now it's the land of multicultural privileged. I think that everybody that lives in Canada is still privileged to be here.
Yeah, like your culture and your place where you're born, I think, is like the bones of your identity.
My parents are Filipino, so they were born in a different place in a different time, and I was born here in Canada with a different place again and a different time. So our perspectives are very different.
Canadian, to me, it's a multicultural society. It encompasses anybody who is born here or who came here and embraced some of the aspects of Canadian culture.
My oldest sister is a Catholic school teacher. My second sister actually converted to Muslim, and then I'm LGBT. So it's a very mixed cultural, like it's a very mixed family.
Canada's identity should be related as to who you are. We are all equal to whatever capacities we have.
I'm happy to call myself partially Canadian.
I think you have to be very aware of where you came from and be at peace with that, and continue that and carry that strength and peace with you throughout your life.
It's hard enough just to look inside and to honestly see who you are. And then the outside perception, you know, it's like a light shining on you, and then you see a shadow behind you, but there's lights shining on you from so many directions, and the shadows all have different shapes. So the difficulty is to figure out whether those shapes match you.
Who you represent to society, whether that's the same as who you are on the inside. Sometimes that's difficult to do because it is blended. Two, you need to be confident. You need to live in society just as you are without fear.
We're all so beautiful, and we're all so wonderful, and we each bring something special to this world, and we're all here to make this world a better place.
I just want to thank BCNU for the opportunity to express who we are, and that BCNU is on top of the multiculturalism, and that they understand that once people's issues are heard, it creates understanding and meaning. And I think that's what's going to change the world, is when people stop just to listen for a minute, because it's personal stories. The why is always the personal stories. So if you start with a why and you get people's heart, then they're listening. That's it.